What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Schneid. And
Pounders, what's up, baby?
there we go. We got Pat in the house, Fantasydogpound, making his triumphant Ali-like return, Tyson-like return to the streaming
Tyson.
streets.
Ooh.
Maybe not that one. No, let's stick with
I'm not
Ali.
that scary. I'm not that scary.
Let's stick with Ali then.
Fly.
Yeah, man. Good to have you back. How you been?
Good, man. Doing the whole family thing. So we're back after like a 5-month hiatus, and I've done about 21 drafts, almost maxed my little board. Dude, the war dog or whatever that one is, that one filled pretty quick. The last like 20%, it caught me off guard. I only got 2 of 4. I'm pissed about that. I like that style contest. Really.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one filled pretty quick. I'm hoping they release another one of those because that kind of entry point and then advance rate finals. It's a great tournament. So I'm hoping they release another one of those because we might not get another tournament at all. We'll see. Hopefully there's something else, but I don't know the way they're laying people off at Underdog. the site might just crash on us.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Contrary to popular belief, I've not been fired yet. I'm also not an employee, but I have not received notice that I'm fired. So that's good news. That's good.
Yeah, it's in the mail, I'm sure. But let's kind of jump right into this. I'm excited to kind of get your thoughts. Considering you've been kind of away out of the game for a little bit. We got trades popping off. The free agency starts in literally a week from today. Well, tampering period, which is the same thing. Just get rid of it and call it free agency. Yeah. It is what it is. Combine's over. We got a lot of stuff popping off right now. Like I just flat out, do you got anything you want to like get off your chest or any instant takes, anything that you're like, man, we need to be talking about this right now?
That's the way you build teams. This time of year, it's all about the way you build teams, right? If you're going to have that high upside, those home run hitters like Travion Henderson that might disappear for games, make sure you pad it. You're building balanced teams. You're aiming for advance rate, and the correlation, you're going to luck into some correlation through trades and this and that. So yeah, I really focus on just the way I'm building teams this time of year.
Yeah, we might get more than kind of ever before. There was I think 10 new head coaches and 20 new offensive coordinators, which is that's insane. 20 new offensive coordinators, 2/3 of the league is calling a new offense. Like that could get pretty wild.
The expectation is crazy, and the fact that the Patriots did it, right? They made this huge push with the whole new team within 2 years. Like, it sets an unrealistic expectation, and you're going to see more of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's kind of another reason I was stoked to have you on with the season that you and your squad had. Very reminiscent of a season that me and my team had not too long ago. Yeah. And everybody, not everybody, but a few people that are maybe not as versed in the NFL. Obviously I was very depressed, and I'm sure you were as well, regardless of whether you think you're going to win the game or not. Like when you get there, the expectations are we win, right? So
and it's hard to make it back, even with an elite like Joe Burrow, right? It's hard to make it back.
So that's what everybody was trying to console me with is oh, you'll be back. Oh, you got this monster team. You got Joe Burrow. You'll be able to get there. You'll have another shot. And whole time I'm like, bro, don't do that to me.
Yeah.
So I think you can, you're one of the only people that can kind of, feel me on that, and it's still fresh for you. So I don't want to dig in too much, but it's,
it helped Drake May's ADP. And guess what? Like his ADP was brutal. It started in like the 40s. It was bad before he started playing bad in those playoff games. Like it was already bad. And this is coming from the Pats fan. Again, it pays to follow a Pats fan. We said no to Demario Douglas. We say yes to some of these other guys like Diggs. It's funny. It's funny. The Pats are back on just being one of the hardest teams to nail down in fantasy.
Got your coach right. got your OC right. I think you'll be good to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Quick say what's up to the chat. We got dual streams going, so some people are on my channel, some people are on Pat's. Watch whatever channel you want. No, it doesn't matter as long as you're hitting that like.
Drop the like in both.
Yeah, we got Max Sauce. What's up, man? We got TB Bucks. Gonna be a good night. You betcha. You betcha. Green Bean in the house. Oh, well, this guy's in the house here. Volcano. Nice. Yes, that's a you guy. We got Doc79. What's up, man? Appreciate you. FDP, the king is back in the house. New collectors in here. Hartman's in here. Appreciate you. Omega's in here.
Yes. My guy. My guy.
That's right. And Putt Daddy, the OG of my channel, is in the house as well. You want to jump in the draft and start chatting or what?
Yeah, we could do that, or you could press the rankings.
Press the
ranking. Just see what we got. Just see what we got. See what we got. We will be getting an update to the overlay. I know it's been a minute, but it's looking very good for 48 hours. I've been testing it today, so nice. I'm looking forward to also the website with the risers and fallers. That stuff is so helpful. So I'm looking forward to getting that to you guys as well.
I did want to ask you about that, but I was gonna let you bring it up and see where we're at because I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to get that going.
It's close. Yep, it's close.
So first round guys, let's start there, right? We got Bijan Gibbs at the top. Obviously Montgomery gets traded. That may or may not do something to Gibbs. What do you think about let's say the top?
Gibbs is solid 2. Gibbs is set in the 2. Pretty. Yeah. I mean, if you want to go Gibbs 1, like sure, but if you want to balance out those, but I probably want to be even on Bijan and Gibbs.
So I'm like 79 drafts deep right now. I have 0% Gibbs, and that's not by choice.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, see,
it's brutal.
So if you get some 1 spots and you have like 8% Bijan, like mix in some Gibbs, I don't think there's a problem there.
That's what I'm going to try to do. Yeah.
The thing that feels the worst here, and I think what's notable in the first round is pick 8. Like you're at pick 8, you just stare at CeeDee Lamb, and you're like, this feels, it feels like there's a slight drop off. Christian McCaffrey with kind of the lack of efficiency, but the numbers, like the amount of touches is nuts. Lack of explosive plays, but you still probably go in CMC at 7 most times.
I haven't clicked him. What I've kind of been saying about CMC, what I want to do with him, I don't want to be 0, but I don't want to be 20% either, right? Yeah. So what I've been saying is let's pull him up to either like 5, because that's the only spot you can really justify it. I don't think that top 4 is just, I'm taking one of those guys and I'll move on. So pull him up to 5, you get a little bit different, or when he falls, take him at 9, 10, whatever. I'm kind of not taking him there. I have only clicked him a few times, and like 7.
Who are you going at 7? Who are you going at 7 if the first 6 are gone?
Yeah, I'm getting some CeeDee Lamb and I'm getting some Amon-Ra, and then I'm maybe pulling up like even Jefferson. I think is fine to get again a little bit unique. And what I've been saying about Jefferson is I have him ranked ahead of ADP just because there's so many guys in the second round running back wise that you can just get one of those guys, whoever's kind of left over in the second round, and get stay at field as far as running back is concerned. But who's kind of like the guy that you're looking at in the first round saying that guy does not belong?
Yeah, it's interesting this year, right? Last year is pretty easy for me with BTJ. For me, I know James Cook just put up a massive amount of yards this season, but James Cook is one that's just it's a little sketchy for me. I'm still gonna have a good amount of James Cook. I don't think there's too many question marks in the first round. I will say I released my top 125 rankings, which I need a second update on them. JJ is one that I think he's gonna end up rising throughout this whole offseason, and then when a QB gets named, I think when they sign a QB, his ADP is going to go up. So may as well just get him at 13 while you can.
Yeah, or like I said, pull him up. I have him at 10.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind
Yeah,
that.
that's where I'm taking him. I agree with the Cook thing. Like those touches, his frame isn't exactly, conducive to being able to take a punishment like that. Like the last 2 years, especially, but last season, like you just said, led the league in
Yeah.
rushing
Yeah.
yards. But it's a little scary. And then Genty, I think, stays there. For a guy that was 0% Genty last year, I'm in on Genty with Kubiak coming in,
Mhm.
obviously. So and Amon-Ra's it's typically like Amon-Ra, and I've been just kind of I've been hammering that I just do not think that George Pickens is going to be on the Cowboys, and even if he is, I don't think it's a good click at cost currently because he's already said he's not showing up. He's not gonna play ball as far as the tag is concerned, and they're $50 million currently
Oh,
over the cap. So how do they make that work? I just it's not particularly possible. So I mean, Amon-Ra is just the
yeah.
safest floor. He's just the safest first round pick there kind of has ever been.
Mhm.
So it's an easy click there where there's question marks on basically, like you said, at 7, essentially, there's
Yeah.
question marks on all these guys. So you can
So
kind of
what's
pull
the
everybody
status
out.
on Pickens? Because he officially got tagged, but
Mhm.
what so he's making like 25 or 26 million on a 1 year. How long can he hold out, and what are those fines gonna look like? Is he realistically going to and can he
So
hold out? That's
they can't fine him. They can't fine him. They can't do anything until he signs it or
yeah,
basically like week 10. Well, they don't have to pay him until week 10
yeah,
of the NFL season. So
yeah,
it's 1 year, 27.3, I believe, is exactly what the tag is. And he's going to be asking for what, 35, I think, at a like minimum.
mhm.
So we're
Yeah, he had a good
basically
year.
8 mil apart, roughly, as it sits right now. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of cake. So I just have a
Yeah,
hard, again, especially with being $50 million over the cap. And they said they're going to restructure all these guys, but that's going to take Jerry Jones cutting probably $50 million literally out of his checkbook, which is not a problem for Jerry Jones. But
yeah,
is he going to do
right.
that? He's been able to do that for years and he's never done it. So
That's a
even
hit.
even
That's a hit.
even with all the talk of doing that, right? What did we hear from Jerry Jones? What was it 2 seasons ago? Last year, we're going all in. We're going all in, right? And they did
It's
absolutely
our
nothing.
year. It's our
Yeah,
year.
and they did absolutely nothing. So
Sorry.
excuse me if I don't exactly believe what Jerry Jones, says in the media. I just think like from a dollars and cents standpoint, it just doesn't add up for
Yeah.
Pickens. So I think what is it, July? I believe it's July 15th, I think, is the deadline for um him to essentially be that's the only he can only then negotiate with the Cowboys. It's not going to happen regardless because it's 2 first round picks. So no one's paying first round picks for George Pickens,
Right.
right?
Right, right, right. Yeah, so
So
you're gonna have to wait if anything, but I I don't know. I think he ends up playing in Dallas. You gotta think he's gonna make about 27, 28 mil on the 1 year, and he's in a good position to have a repeat season, right? To actually get a long contract in Dallas, pass heavy. It's gonna take a little bit of, predictions there, but
are you
I
are
I
you
think he can
in
play it
with
either way.
all that being considered, are you in on
Mhm.
George Pickens at ADP 22?
Yeah, the ADP is a different story. The ADPs I'm gonna mix him in when he falls, but the ADP seems a little rich, but he is a spike week type guy. You know what I mean? So he's
Mhm.
gonna have those massive games. I like maybe some of the running backs over him. I think Olave is pretty like closer than what ADP says. What ADP has it at 26. I mean, they're just 2 spots away, but
Mhm.
it does say Olave's 26 versus 22.7 for Pickens. But
Yeah.
I do think that's closer than
And it could be
ADP
like
says.
you were saying earlier, it could be a structure thing too. If it's you pick 2 wide receivers, you need running back, you're probably going to pull up on those RBs over Pickens with all the question marks, all that kind of stuff can kind of
Yeah.
play into the conversation. But yeah, it's an
Yeah.
interesting one.
It's hard not to like Dallas pieces. It really is.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, they were the number one offense, I believe, overall last year, and I think they had the most offensive plays last year. At least not they were definitely top five. Like we know what we're gonna get, and we know that Schottenheimer kind of like he has his guys and he believes in his guys. He says he's like the Javonte Williams, president of the Javonte Williams fan club, sort of thing. So and the CD Lamb's done all this kind of, he's done what CD Lamb has done with Schottenheimer.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
yeah. What's your I want to get your take on Malik Neighbors. What do you think? I think I'm 0%. I haven't clicked them once. It's
yeah,
an odd price. And then considering the Matt Nagy,
yeah.
the injury,
This,
what's your take?
the way I look at it is the next receiver that goes before him is Jefferson, and he's not passing Jefferson. So it
Mhm.
does seem like there's a little more risk where he goes. I do have Drake London ahead of Neighbors. I have a
Me
ton
too.
of Drake London so far. So I think you can wait on it, especially if you're doing all 150 right now, you're going to mix in some Neighbors. But, if you're drafting as the season goes on at a steady pace, I think you can wait. I'm waiting on Neighbors at least. Like Love just passed him. I was taking Love over him.
Mhm.
So yeah, it
Yeah,
gets to a point.
Barkley probably passes him too with Landon Dickerson's coming back, Lane Johnson's
Yeah.
coming back. He
Yeah.
he probably passes him, and I think, like you said, I would think before the contest closes, Drake London moves ahead of Neighbors as well. So
Certainly.
I think,
Yeah.
like, yeah, if he falls into the 20s, the low 20s, absolutely
Yeah.
take some stabs there. But I think like there's some meat on the bone as far as ADP that we can just be patient, I feel like.
Yeah. Where do you think
Um,
Love ends up going? Any inklings there? Because
Man, I mean, there's
4
so
at
much chatter right
Tennessee,
now. Yeah.
5 with the Giants.
Honestly, my take with the
Is that
Tennessee and
too
Giants
early?
stuff, it's a trade play. They're
Yeah.
they're
Giant
they're putting it out there to push a trade. Everybody, it's no secret that all these teams want to trade down this year.
Yeah, it
And
seems a little early for RB there for those teams specifically, especially the Giants having Cam Scat coming back from the gruesome injury, but still.
yeah, I mean, Tennessee is more believable. I would
I
bel
agree.
I
I
think
agree.
that's more believable. And then, but realistically, like he doesn't get past 9 regardless. So I
Yeah.
think it's either Tennessee, the Commanders, maybe Saints, and then the Chiefs are all there. But I think the Commanders are super
Yeah.
live. If it's not Tennessee, then I honestly think the Commanders probably pulled the trigger on them there. What are you thinking?
It's a good spot for him in the Commanders as well, but the Chiefs would be probably the best landing spot for him
The beauty,
fantasy wise.
yeah, the best thing about Love, like drafting Love right now, is I think we can agree kind of regardless, he gets a good landing spot, regardless of anything, even if it's McShay to the Cards. I think that would be wild if they take him at 3, considering the defensive guys that are on the board. But even if it
Trey
is the
Benson's
Cards,
ADP would make sense.
yeah, exactly. Even if it is the Cards, that's a good landing spot, if I'm being honest. So
Yeah.
I'm fine with any of the top 9 uh,
Yeah.
that want to draft them, essentially. So I'm fine to pay. Like you said, you had him over Neighbors. I had him over Neighbors. I have him over McBride. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
what's
Oh,
what's your
yeah.
take on McBride then in that
My
price? Like
my take
it,
doesn't change. Every year, big board, I'd rather go with 3. Fuck, give me 4 tight ends instead of taking one of these expensive guys early. You have a
yeah,
higher chance of hitting on someone that way outplays their ADP rather than picking an elite tight end and you needing them to finish in the top 2 in order to pay out. Um, do you think all these guys in round 2 are gonna flop? No. So
mhm,
there is pressure when you pick a tight end that early for them to perform, and you have less of a chance, especially if you're only going 2. If you're going elite
mhm,
tight end, are you only going 2? In 20 round drafts, you don't have to, but you're going to do more. You're going to lean towards more 2 tight end teams, which means you're not going to hit as often on those guys that way outplay their ADP later in the draft.
Yeah, potentially some rookies and stuff like that. I think Neighbors'
Yeah.
price is a lot more palatable, or sure, Neighbors. Bauer's price is a lot more palatable down here, especially because he does fall to the turn even sometimes. So you can get some Bijan
Yeah.
Bowers,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is great. But it's very reminiscent of last year, and these two were just flipped, right? It was Bowers at the top, Neighbors down here, or geez, I keep saying Neighbors, McBride
McBride.
down here, and McBride's price was better. I was pretty much out on Bowers personally, and now it's like I'm in
Yeah.
on Bowers to a point. I think I'm like 6%, something like that, and that feels fine if he falls a little bit. Plus, he can just break the slate. So if there's that, and it's like borderline. We've seen it with multiple quarterbacks with Bowers, where he could just break the slate. We don't know who the quarterback is in Arizona.
Let's bring up some pain, breaking slates. So can Kyle Pitts, who went at pick 150, right?
True,
So,
true that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's pain for me though. That's pain for me still.
And
Give me
then
Brees Hall over all four of these RBs.
really,
Little pile of RBs. Yeah, give me Brees.
I'm a Bucky guy. I'm a Bucky guy
Yeah,
here. I like Breeze.
you hate goal line touches. You hate goal line touches.
Well, he gets the receiving work, and I don't know if that's necessarily true. Like it's a new offensive coordinator, obviously,
Yeah.
and there's the correlation between Bucky and Bijan, and the offensive coordinator's already said that. But you're not wrong. I'm not going to say like I'm not going to pound the table and say you're incorrect with that one. But Bucky's my guy here, though. I have a ton of Brees Hall, and I have a mostly Bucky and Brees Hall here, and then Kenny Walker's kind of pulled up. There's just, I guess there's question marks. It's the same question marks as there's Brees Hall, and in reality, same year coming out, I had Kenny Walker ranked ahead of Brees Hall as far as RB1, RB2 that draft year. But what about Jacobs? Like we see Jacobs sitting there, and we just want to ignore him completely. What's your thoughts on Jacobs? Because I'm basically out at this price.
What I basically did last year too. And he did well still. Like he still got there 13 touchdowns, but slows down towards the end of the season when you need him the most, especially the way they use and abuse him with that amount of touches. So
That's my concern is there's a lot of tread off those tires, but
they have to touch it RB, I would think. I don't know who or what, but the Marshawn Lloyd pick didn't work out. It looks like Emmanuel Wilson isn't going to be someone that they are looking to bring back. So
I agree.
Not worried there, but someone to eat into that workload a little bit. Maybe it's not even the worst for him, to be honest, if he's healthier towards the end of the season.
I could see. I was thinking about it actually earlier today or yesterday. I think Rico Dowdle could be on the menu for the Packers. I think that'd make a lot of sense. If not in the draft, I think I agree 100%. They're going to add to that running back room 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then moving down, we got the Josh Allens of the world. Rashee Rice. What's your Rashee Rice? Where are you at?
Yeah, nah. I'll just no.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll just wait. Let's just wait and see. Yeah. Let's get some news on like Mahomes and Rice. You can wait there. One that you're really close to, Harvey, right? Mm-hmm. Harvey's one that you could see a huge fall if they add in the draft or free agency, like fucking who knows, Aaron Jones, like whatever it might be. He's one that I'm a little sketched out on at ADP. I look for players that are at risk of getting hit, right? Their value getting hit. And that's just one that sketches me out a little bit there at 52.
Allegedly, they were trying to trade for David Montgomery as well. Obviously, that price tag was pretty wild. I thought that's a good haul for the Detroit Lions for David Montgomery. So yeah, we already heard that. That would very much hurt RJ Harvey if a guy like David Montgomery came in. Algier feels like a similar bet, so that could be a guy on the free agent market that goes there. And this whole pocket really of running backs, Scatterbo, Henderson, Harvey, Judkins,
Cam Sketch, there's a little bit of risk with the talk about Love. At least there's a little bit.
I mean, I think there's a huge amount of risk regardless. I'm 0% Scatterbo. He's like more or less off my board at this price. It just there's no way with that injury. Like we're for Henderson and Harvey, we know there's risk there, and we can see it. We know there's risk.
Right.
But we're not. There's no discount for Cam Scatterby. There's no injury discount for Cam Scatterby when there absolutely should be. Same thing with Judkins. Like, how are we? Again, they're all second-year running backs, right? So how are we paying up for all of them when two of them had these massive, gruesome, awful injuries? And then with Judkins, like the entire offensive line is gone. So those two are just, those two are completely off my board as far as ADP and price is concerned. I like Henderson probably the best. But again, the price is a little aggressive for me, but he can put up a 30 spot, right? So
yeah, he's gonna have his games. He's a best ball type guy. You can see though that the RB prices are pushed up. You're getting hit a premium on these guys that names are familiar, right? So they're forcing you to pay this premium. But I agree, there's some landmines here.
Yeah. Even like if we look, zoom out a little bit with DeAndre Swift and even Javonte Williams to a point, there's it's not super comfortable down there. The other guy, Christian Watson's another guy that, again, we're not getting any injury discount on him. Like, he's been injured in every season he's ever played. Even last year, comes back from the ACL. Great story.
Finished the year healthy.
It couldn't finish the year, right? So
couldn't finish it.
Like, how are we paying top dollar for Christian Watson in this market? Is my question.
No, that pick feels sketchy. Like, give me Jordan Tyson, who's also dealing with injuries, right? Or just give me Mike Evans, who's a Christian Watson-like player, just 30 years older.
Yeah, Odunze I'll take. Brian Thomas could be, even though that could be a landmine, but I mean, price
might
is
be
a lot.
Traded into a better spot. So there's
possibly. I don't think it happens, but
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty rare,
especially if they don't want Hunter to play more snaps on. How do you get rid of BTJ?
Yeah, it depends. That's what's going to basically decide if they make that trade or not, is how often they feel like he's going to play on offense. And what they've said so far is he's going to play more on defense, but we know how teams work. What are your thoughts kind of on these top three wide receivers right here? And like, price wise, what are you thinking? Vibes, everything on these top three.
I gotta readjust the ranks, but I do like Tate quite a bit more here. And then it's like Romo Dunze there. And I think Mike Evans has to be up the board a little bit from where he is. But Jordan Tyson, it's just a risk, right? It's just a risk. And I think you can wait a little bit there. I don't think he rises too far until we know where he goes. But if you get a little bit of injury news, I don't even think a lot of people know he's hurt. Like, it was until the combine happened and he didn't partake. I started getting him in the 70s the last 2 days. So
yeah, I mean, we could even see.
I think you take advantage of that when he falls. But I think he's going to kind of stick in this spot for a little while, even with.
I think you're right. I think he could fall. Like, it just might feel a lot safer for someone to even take like a Cortland Sutton, take the bet on Marvin Harrison, depending on what quarterback he gets. Yeah. Like you said, maybe Mike Evans, DK Metcalf could pop up. So we might get some kind of just organic fall boost on Jordan Tyson that will make that even easier to make.
Is Jaylen Warren the safe pick this year?
I mean, it seems like Kenny Gainwell's coming back. So for me, I'd probably be putting David Montgomery over Jaylen Warren right now. What would your thoughts be? There's definitely got to be concern there with Gainwell coming back. Yeah, no, this is pretty nice.
He gets a pretty big boost. I don't know if David Montgomery goes into 70s though. I know Warren's expensive, but all the RBs are at this point. Yeah, Demont's getting a pretty big boost.
Yeah, like Demont or Ramondre.
Yeah, Tony Pollard's an interesting one too. this team doesn't touch an RB. Tony Pollard, I like him as a pretty safe RB, but again, you're projecting Tennessee. You're praying that they don't touch it RB, and they need so much that we'll see. That I'm putting a lot of chips on Tennessee not grabbing an RB. Yeah,
You're dropping a lot of Pollard then, eh?
yeah, a lot of Pollard, a lot of Jalen Warren as well. With the Caleb Johnson pick not panning out, bringing back Gainwell, I think I'm at like 30% Warren. I think he's just a little safe. You know, you're going to get touches, and then you can add rookie upside as well behind.
Yeah, give me Warren over Stevenson for sure. So I've definitely been clicking Warren. I'm fine with Bayshall Tootin as well. I'm willing to take that bet. You know, he was the GM's guy. That was literally someone he mentioned when he got the job. That's what got him the job. And you know, Etienne's gone. So I don't mind the Quint Allen at the end of drafts as well.
Yeah.
Bayshall Tootin. Like I think they could look at running back, but then it would almost have to be in the draft unless they're just looking for a flat out goal line back, which is possible because that's the only thing that would really make sense with those two running backs that they have and letting Etienne walk. Because you know, what's gonna be the difference between Etienne and Algiers, you know, price? Probably a couple $1 million, but what is $2 million, you know, in a running back contract or to an NFL team? I don't think it really matters. You get your guy, you get the guy you need and want.
Etienne's definitely more versatile than Algier. Algier is good.
No, for sure. I what I'm saying is like price wise.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You know, contract wise, because that like if Etienne's your guy or you want a running back like Etienne, just resign Etienne, you know, or franchise tag him. Dude, you know, there's options to bring him back. So
one little murmur I saw too was like Denver potentially pursuing Etienne, which you would think that means like Dobbins' time is all done. I mean, how many years in a row does the dude got to get hurt before you know? You say like, all right, we can't rely on him for a long season. And they're obviously looking to make a deep playoff push. So Dobbins' price is, I don't know. I've just been kind of ignoring Dobbins until I see what happens in Denver.
He's been dead to me for like years. I just am not clicking Dobbins.
How about Trey Benson? Obviously, Arizona could touch it RB. But Trey Benson, pick 135, kind of gets unlucky last year with the injury after James Conner goes down.
That's kind of the thing for me that I'm not ready to get hurt on again. Like I was, I think he's been one of my highest drafted running backs for the past 2 seasons, and he's killed me both times. I'm just getting like some Marshawn Lloyd vibes. You know, that was a bit of a concern with him coming into the league. So I just can't trust him. And I think we all know they're going to touch at running back, whether it's in free agency or the draft or potentially both.
Right.
You know, and I just can't. I haven't clicked Benson once, and I'm just not going to. I don't want to get hurt again. And I just genuinely feel like he's going to be one of those guys that just cannot stay on the field. And are
Cody,
you clicking him?
It hurts a lot less at 136, Cody.
That's true. That's
How about what are your thoughts on James Conner?
I'm out on James Conner.
Yeah.
Similar thing, and again, it's the age too, though. Like no one wants to talk about for some reason that he's an old running back that's been beaten up and literally survived cancer. Shout out, but like the dude has been hurt almost every year. The only season he stayed healthy was last year, 2 years ago. I know he had usable years, beyond that. I know that, but that was, 5 years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So I'm out on James Conner. I'm happy to take, especially when like Jordan Mason's right there, even Kamara.
Mason's got to go up. Mason's got to go up.
I'm happy to take those bets over James Conner. Even though like someone was saying it today, I think it was in PPR Tyler's chat that with the David Montgomery, Drew Petzing goes to Detroit, right? Maybe James Conner takes over that, Knuckles kind of role in Detroit. I think that would actually make a lot of sense. But again, is that even something we particularly want to take a bet on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you thinking about, like, these guys, the Ayuks, the Tyreek
Mm,
Hills of the world?
dude,
What are you doing
Ayuk's
with those 2?
Ayuk's a clown. Like,
Yeah,
he's just
he's a
he's a clown at this point, like, yeah,
yeah.
I know, I know. He's so cheap, though. I just have Judy over the majority of that whole group ahead of Shaheed. I have Dobbs up the board a decent bit. Yeah, it's just give me I'd take a bet on Judy on a good landing spot.
You think he's not on the Browns anymore?
I don't think so. I don't think
Hmm.
so. I don't think so. Just such bad blood. Such bad blood to probably get like a 5th round or 4th round at best, but probably like a 5th round pick.
Hmm.
I think they
That is
deal
a
him. I
he
think they
can be a
deal him.
trade candidate. He can be a trade candidate. Hmm.
And then on the
Yeah.
very end, I've been clicking, when we can jump into one too, but I've been clicking some Isaiah Bond at the very end of drafts.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Field stretcher, round 20, spike week type guy, like a fucking cheap Shaheed. Very fast 40, had the off-season bullshit. I don't know if it was domestic related or what. I think it may have been that like kept him from not getting drafted initially, and he got scooped up by the Browns, and he was getting some playing time at the end of the year, which is a good sign.
Yeah, the only I am too. I'm clicking him. He's obviously a
Yep.
spike week kind of guy, big play. He gets a little bit of rushing attempts in there as well, but man, 44 targets, 18 catches. You got to get the ball in your hands a little bit more than that kid. Like
Well,
you
he
got
didn't he didn't start playing until very deep into the season.
No, I mean like he needs to the catch percentage has got to go up. Like that's
Well,
like what 40% catch rate. Like you got
yeah,
to catch the ball, man.
well, still, yeah, it's not the QB situation is probably still gonna be pretty bad, but,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you point to the QB situation, but is it gonna be better? Probably not.
Yeah,
Probably
I
not.
honestly agree with,
Hopefully
Daniel
get Simpson
Jeremiah
there.
comes in and well, yeah, that would have to be a second round pick, I gotta feel like, for the Browns. Unless they wanna trade back in, but man,
Dude,
you can't be dealing assets, um,
yeah.
if you're the Browns. You just can't. So,
How many quarterbacks can you draft in 2 years too?
that's the other thing is, like, do you really wanna add someone to that? Like, there's a couple teams that I think one being the Browns, another one being the Pittsburgh Steelers, where it's just like, let's just see what we got here.
Mhm.
Like, I think Will Howard, they should just play him. Embrace either being bad or Will Howard's your guy. Wonderful. You think you like him. They've been saying they like him. Great. Give him a shot. What are
Yeah.
you going to do? Run it back with Aaron Rodgers and finish 500 and pick, 18th again and not get your
Yeah.
quarterback again?
The
You know?
yeah, the thing is, this time of year, the quarterbacks are always kinda like they're not hyped up, and then as we get closer and closer, these teams that need a QB, "Oh, can they take this guy at pick 7?" It's like,
Yeah,
"You're supposed to be
exactly.
3rd round guy." You know,
Yeah, which is going to
we're
happen to the Ty Simpsons and Drew Allers of the world.
Yes, yeah, is kind of what I expect, but we'll see where these guys all end up going.
Yeah, yeah, it's an interesting one. Draft season is an
Best
interesting, hype train.
best value QB on the whole board if he plays at least 10 games, Jacoby Brissett.
The thing is, like, where? If I'm the
Bro's gotta get that Zona job. He's gotta get the Zona job.
well, if they bring in Malik Willis, which is what I've been thinking, it makes the most sense financially that it's Malik Willis to the Cardinals, and then if that's me, I just keep Jacoby Brissett as my backup. Your
Is
your
it
your insurance policy backup.
That's fine. That means Jacoby Brissett plays, though, if Malik Willis goes there.
Maybe, maybe. Do you wanna go wow, Neighbors gets pulled up here. Do you wanna go
Go
Jefferson or
Jefferson, yeah, grab
yeah,
Jefferson, and we can pick from any of these RBs.
r this is exactly what I've been doing down here. It just makes, to
Yeah,
me, the most sense when there's a lot of green that I'm more than happy to click.
yeah.
So, what
Also,
I've been
don't
s
don't
go
mind
ahead.
the double RB start as well.
Yeah, it's a good year for that.
Let's
We could do the Fallen Cook, Hampton, Love. I'm good with any of them.
let's go Love. Let's get no, yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. Cook or Love.
Let's go Love. Let's live a little.
I like it. I like it. I like
Let's
it.
live a little. I'm
Like it.
like 30% Love, honestly. It's
Oh, say.
he's just a
Say.
great click, I think. He's every what I've been saying is he's everything that we
Yeah.
hoped or thought Genty might be last year.
Well, you don't want him to be on the Titans. I'll tell you that for free.
I think
You're not
that's
rooting for a Titans landing spot.
I
There's no
think that's
chance.
okay. I think that's
Yeah.
okay. I do. I genuinely do. We'll see how it works out, but I genuinely think the Titans would be fine. What I would say about these quarterbacks is there's a guy down here that's gonna be moving up to the Penix, Daniel Jones, maybe not quite Daniel
Oh
Jones, but the
god.
Penix range. There's gonna be somebody, whether it's Anthony Richardson, if a Mac Jones gets traded,
Dude,
maybe not
it
Anthony
happens
Richardson.
every year. Or no, it happens every year with they
It could.
rich. No, that's
It,
guaranteed.
it
That one's
could.
guaranteed.
Derek Carr,
Yeah, yeah,
Gino
some
if he goes
rumors.
to say the Vikings,
Yeah,
Tua if he's starting somewhere, maybe Tyson
yeah.
Bagent if he's traded, Justin Fields if he goes somewhere and gets a shot at starting, Quinn Ewers if he ends up being the starter in Miami, right? There's someone, Will Howard if we don't get any Rodgers news at some point, Davis Mills, like there's somebody down here that's gonna be going up in the like let's call it 180s,
Mm.
something like that. Once there's some clarity on a job.
Would you be happy with Jefferson in the top 12 with Willis as the QB?
No, no, not particularly.
Really? Mm.
Not particularly. That's why I'm pretty low on these Cardinals pieces, especially McBride at his cost, and then even Michael Wilson for sure at his price.
Yeah, that makes no
He's
sense.
Yeah, he's a good real life quarterback. He can run around and do some stuff. He can win some football games, but he's not going to elevate any wide receivers. So I'm not worried about Willis to the Vikings because they just can't afford him.
Mhm.
So it's not going to happen particularly. But yeah,
Bro, I never thought we'd see the day that Alec Pierce is pick 79.
yeah, go route 9 route Alec Pierce. It's a weird
What
time to be
I don't
alive.
and like every other day I'm checking the ADP and I'm not seeing him in the hundreds yet. I don't know. People AFK? What's
Yeah,
going on?
what do you think of that if it's Daniel Jones, which it almost certainly is going to be Daniel Jones? What are your thoughts on Alec
I
Pierce?
don't
I don't love it, to be honest, but yeah.
no, you're not getting stable enough production there. Yeah, he's a best ball pick, but he's a best ball pick that belongs at like 115.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Ted, I think, is a smash here.
Yep. 100%. Yeah.
Who do you thinking on our next pick here? I'm not a big ETN drafter
No,
at this
ETN's
point.
too many question marks.
I like Lad a lot, but there's question marks there too. I get that.
Yeah. Now we could yeah, Lad, you're projecting like you have to see the future, right? Keenan Allen doesn't come back, opens up 100 plus targets.
Mhm.
You gotta do a little bit of
And then there's Jameson, there's Javante if you want to pull him up. I like Loveland a ton. I'm okay with that if we want to go there, but Igbuka Terry is
yeah,
actually a great click here.
probably Lad. Probably Lad. Year
Yeah.
3.
I've been buying a lot of Lad. I'm heavily invested in Lad McConkey.
Yeah.
I think what I've been saying about Lad is it's this in McDaniel's offense. It's this if there's no Keenan Allen, essentially.
Yeah, that's the big thing. That'll open up a shit ton of targets. And I mean, you still have a great offense there with the Chargers. Hampton actually, if he can stay healthy, Herbert just extending some drives. I think Lad would benefit. Keenan Allen's he's a target hog. He was a target hog in Chicago.
Yeah, he's kind of a fantasy asset killer at this point in his career, really. Like,
Yeah.
just leave us alone, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Quentin Johnston out there running fast down the sideline, taking at least one and a
Yeah.
half guys with him. That opens up a lot over the middle, and even a guy like Gadsden helps out. But
You you
yeah,
wanna know who's a sneaky piece that I have right there next to Lad, and I have way too much, but maybe not enough at the same point, is, Devonta Smith projecting a little A.J. Brown departure, projecting Goddard potentially leaving. Um, yeah, Devonta Smith, I think, is a little too cheap, a little too cheap.
yeah, I would get on board with that. I'm pretty into Devonta. I don't necessarily. I agree with you with what you said. Like I may not have enough, and if we get news tomorrow that there's an AJ Brown trade,
He's
we're gonna
flying.
not be happy about our about our exposure.
Well,
Um,
he'll go over Flowers, McConkey. Oh, ri I mean, shit,
yeah,
Smith
he
went right
did.
there, right before.
Yeah, which is so sharp pick there because that I agree that's kind of where he ends up. He might even be like, to be honest, I probably just bet on more talent, but it's even pretty close. But
Yeah,
it's like Garrett Wilson or Devonta Smith. If there's no AJ
yeah,
Brown, like I think it might be Devonta Smith there.
yeah,
So we'll kind of see
yeah,
how that plays out. But again, we need to get that news about AJ Brown before we kind of I'm only 5% Devonta Smith. That's rookie numbers. We can start doing that.
well, I got enough to share. I got enough to he's my second
Yeah.
highest owned player with a 43%.
Oh, damn. Yeah. That's going to feel nice if we get news on the AJ Brown trade.
But
No.
also 33% AJ Brown. So, like, it's very much
Hey, hedge
heavy
it.
betting
Hedge it.
into this
Yeah.
separation. Well, not even hedging, but
Not
separating
even,
both
yeah.
and hitting on
You
both
you're actually
would be
kind of
ideal.
not hedging at all. You're fully bought
Right,
into
right,
them not being
right.
on the same team.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, your team
Uh,
is the alleged landing spot for AJ Brown. How would you feel about that?
that'd be really good. It'd be really good. Drake May's still probably too expensive.
Yeah. Well, it's to be honest, he's better in best ball with the rushing upside that especially he
Yeah.
showed in the playoffs, right? Like that was pretty good to
Uh,
see. Makes you feel good.
uh, and as we go on with these teams going for quarterbacks, like by pick 130 and the late round value QBs coming up the board, these guys now in the middle rounds, the Burrow, Daniels, May, Caleb. Oh, uh, I mean, they're a little more palatable. That's all. A little
You
more
kind of
palatable.
just the market's the market, you know. It kind of is what it is. If you want to contend,
Swifty here.
I'm okay with Swift considering I it's really that's another thing we'll talk about in 2 seconds here after make
I
my
like
next
Tate
picks.
too, but just grabbing a running back you know is going to get touches here is kind
Yeah,
of the
with what
name
we
of the
have
game.
already at wide receiver, I think we have to
Yeah.
hit at running back there. Tate would have felt nice, but
And
um,
this is where I just go. I mean, Judkins. I don't hate
I
62,
hate
like
I hate
62.
Judkins. I'm good to not click Judkins. I hate it. I
Okay,
hate it.
okay.
Yeah, like I don't know if we want to
I'll
take a gamble on Tyson or
up to you,
would
Tyson, Judkins, or Warren. Sorry.
let's go.
Warren's my number one owned player at 52.4% because I usually if Judkins isn't there and this is like a pretty good drop, I'll go Warren in the spot if I don't need a QB. It's not it's actually yeah. Yeah,
I'm
second RB. We got I like our build. I like our build.
I think we're all right here. I like taking Tyson there. It's a bit of a gamble, obviously, but with what we have with our top three, we can kind of do that. Now we can stop at obviously 8, no question, but maybe even 7, depending on what we do. But we might have to throw some volume at running back. I would have been saying Daniels there if he didn't go. What are your thoughts there?
I would have been fine with grabbing a QB like Daniels there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Warren, 52% Warren is diabolical.
Dude, I wasn't a Warren. Yeah, yeah, you know. Yeah, 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 yeah,
No, I
yeah,
mean, I think it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
I like the
yeah.
I like the shout. I like the shout. I just am
It
so
w
like I would
that's
rather take Warren over Judkins there.
that
No problem.
that's with them flopping on Caleb Johnson, though. Like, you think they're gonna spend another round 2, round 3 pick on RB? I just doubt it.
Especially if Aaron Rodgers is
Just doubt it.
back, which it seems fairly likely, and
Likes
then
Warren.
Gainwell comes back. He likes Warren. He likes Gainwell. Caleb's not seeing the field, so yeah. And with what we saw Warren get last year, what 250 touches? That's
Yeah.
pretty valuable. Now maybe
Just
things
yeah.
change with the new offensive coordinator, new offense, but I agree. I would take Warren over Judkins in a vacuum right there, no problem. Even with the ADP,
It's
quote fingers discount.
it he doesn't have to smash for him to be a good fit on a best ball team, right? He's gonna allow you to pick some upside rookies, right? Take some shots in the dark later in the
Yeah,
draft.
high
That's kind of
floor.
the way I use him. I don't think he's gonna like pay out pick 30 this year. I'm more so just using him as a roster building strat.
Yeah, it's just consistency that you're paying for, which is worth the price of admission, essentially. So
My highest owned tight end is Sadiq at 38%. That is going to go down most likely. I have a problem when he starts going ahead of Ferguson just because of where Ferguson is, right? It's not to say Sadiq can't get a landing spot that is pretty sick, but and I believe he will pass Ferguson.
I think he will, and I honestly kind of think he should, just because what do we play in this game for?
He's
Like
the
we know
upside, the upside, yeah.
exactly. We
He
know
could have that
exactly.
Sam Laporta season, right? But you're gonna pay a
Yeah.
lot more than you did for Sam Laporta.
True, but we know exactly what Jake Ferguson is and is going to
Yeah, I
be.
know.
It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with
No,
that.
it's not.
Do we want to just
It's
take
not.
T-Law here and not fall any further behind at QB?
Yeah, I'm
It's,
completely okay with that. Yeah, I'm completely okay with that.
let's do
'Cause
that.
you could go Myers here. Not my favorite. I actually like Chuba, right? You kind of send off Rico and Chuba or Tony P.
Let's do Tony. Let's do Tone Dog. I feel
And
like
just
if he doesn't end up playing for the Titans, it's going to be for somebody.
yeah. Yeah.
Or
And if he
sorry, like
does,
if they bring in Love, then they get rid of Tony Pollard. I think is what happens because
right.
they can get out of that contract pretty easily, and I think it would just make a ton of sense. You might as well do something like that.
That's a
But
good show. It's a good show.
like we talked about, kind of leading up, like again, the Titans are more believable than the Giants, but I have a hard time thinking the Titans with Bob Saleh coming in, wanting to work on that defense. He's going to say, yeah, let's put a 4th overall pick into a running back.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
hard time believing that, but it is, again, it's more believable than the Giants, but I just, yeah. So
I agree. I agree. And at the same point, yeah, do they hold on to Pollard there? Most likely not.
yeah.
Pollard's at 43% for me, so we're on the same wavelength there. These are some
I
of my
haven't,
higher owned guys.
I haven't been clicking Pollard much, but yeah, some of my higher owned guys are Love and McConkey, but
Okay, we're
I've
pairing them
been,
together then.
yeah, so we're actually kind of doing all right. We're doing all right, but yeah, but with
Right.
Sadiq, like we're saying, he can just kind of not necessarily break the slate, but he could be like the Harold Fannin. Well, again, price tag is a ton different, but
Dude,
let's
Harold
say
Fannin
Tyler Warren.
looked like a giraffe on the field in college, just like wonky legs, and he figured it out. He did figure it out.
What do you think
Seems a
about
little
his price
expensive though.
tag, though? What do you think about
I
that price
can't
tag?
touch that. I can't
Yeah, I
touch
mean,
that shit.
I'm
I
with
can't
you.
touch
Like
it. I
what
can't
I've
touch
been
it.
kind of hammering home almost every episode I do is, guys, we can't just say last year, this year, same. When basically what did we say earlier in the show? 10 new head coaches, 20 new offensive coordinators. Everything has changed. We don't know who the
Njoku's
quarterback is.
Njoku wants to stay, which, he's higher upside than Njoku, but at the same point, that tight end 2 can be nagging for the starters there as well. The young, exciting year 2 guy.
It's a tough click for me at pick 80, 7th round, Harold Fannin.
Yeah. Yeah.
With what you kind of said earlier, I agree with. Just I would rather throw 3 at the end of the drafts. Give me AJ Barner and Eli Stowers and
Yeah.
Jake Ferguson if
Mhm.
need be, something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Dude, Schultz, Stowers, fucking Mason Taylor. Like,
Yeah. Like, give me one sexy, fun pick, and then 2 guys that are going to fall into the end zone 5 times.
yeah. How about Mark Andrews? I feel like he's not getting enough. I know.
No, I'm with you. I'm
Let
with
me
you.
let me walk
Everybody,
back. Let me walk back. Let me walk back. The lineman Mark Andrews, who sometimes plays offense. Without Likely, Addison.
what do you think of that? I'm okay with Addison too down
Fucking
here.
Rico is just a question mark. Like, you have no idea where he's gonna go, and he's a little expensive for the gamble. It's kind of what I'd
I
probably
like
rather
Rico. I like Rico. I think he gets a good landing spot. I do.
as a
But
starter, as a 2.
as like a 1.5, because there's no real like 1-1s, you know what I mean? Like as a 1A, 1B kind of guy. But I think he gets like I think Chiefs are on the table.
I
Texans obviously off the table now. Baker could be just because we need it. I'm good with Jawan. I
I
don't mind
know.
Wandale. Who are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't mind Baker. I don't
Let's
mind
do
Baker.
Baker. He can run a little bit.
Well, pick 15, Jordan Tyson, if they like him, if they like the health.
I don't hate that if
Balls
they
because of the injuries.
move on
Um,
from
Move on from
Mike
Mike.
Evans.
That's what I'm saying. Now, we do have to take a shot at another QB like a Willis or whoever you think could land in Minnesota with our double stack there.
Yeah, we could just do like a Kirk Cousins there because that's always a possibility. But regardless, Kirko's going to start somewhere, and
You,
the Vikings are definitely on the table. So
Philip Rivers. What's
Philip
this
Rivers
guy
could
with
still
3
get it done.
QBs? What 3 QBs does that guy have?
Right here, Hurts, Herbert, and Nix. Herbert would have been real
Oof,
nice for us.
expensive.
Yeah, that's aggressive. That is
That's good
aggressive
for
to
us.
do
That's good
that.
for us.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with Lawrence and Baker, and then obviously we throw a third at it somewhere. But Hulk Smash in the house, Huhame's in the house.
Rico back to Dallas. That's a shout. What's up, Hams? What's up, baby?
Last season at 40% Wicks. Oof, thought that was ballsy respect on the 52. Hey, I'm currently 74% Jeremy Bernard, who we will be taking in this draft, Pat. I want you to know that we will be taking Jeremy Bernard in
Here we
this.
go. Let me pull up the profile.
Rumors today linking Kyler and Gino to Mini. Yeah, that's been. I don't personally believe Kyler at all. I get that the contract thing is there, but it's either Kirk Gino. I believe could definitely be a Minnesota guy, but we're not drafting Geno Smith.
Is it Jeremy with a G, right? Not J?
Yeah. I.e. Jeremy. Yeah. I just don't think that Minnesota's trading. I think it takes minimum second round pick to get Mac Jones off of the 49ers. I think that's what minimum third. I'll say minimum third, probably plus a second round. I think gets it done for Mac Jones. But do the Vikings pull that trigger? I don't think so. But yeah, Jeremy Bernard is my absolute dude. I have a lot of passionate takes about Jeremy Bernard this year. So
is this a dynasty take or underdog?
This is an anything and everything, but I think he's very good in year one. I like what I've been saying recently about Jeremy Bernard is everybody loves Omar Cooper right now. He's the new hotness. He goes from undrafted in Daniel Jeremiah's top 50 to top 20 somehow. I don't know. You can tell me how that's possible. He's just flying up boards left, right, and center. And I honestly think Jeremy Bernard could be a better version of that. But who do you like here? It's a weird range. I mean, Tyrone Tracy could be there. I'm still okay with Emmett Johnson. We could pull up Bretton Strange.
Give me Rome. Give me Romeo. Give me Dobbs.
Dobbs. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just because of the fall
Oh,
off at wide receiver there. You can go
um,
Sadiq here too.
I'm alright with that if you don't wanna do, Strange. Sadiq
I
must have
mean,
went. He must have went. He went.
did he? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gone. I'm good with
Sadiq
any
or Strange.
like that or that. Yeah, it's too
Yeah,
strange.
yeah.
Um, you need me to sell you on Jeremy Bernard? All right. Here's the pitch. Number one, so the whole Omar Cooper thing. Everyone that likes Omar Cooper, they're honestly basically the same thing. They're the same type of player, literally. Here's something for you. Lance Zierlein, everybody knows Lance Zierlein, right? Does all the pre-draft stuff for NFL.com, ranks everybody, gives them all comps. The comp by Lance Zierlein for Jeremy Bernard is Robert Woods, which is a good comp. I'll take that. Daniel Jeremiah's comp for Omar Cooper Jr. is Robert Woods. Lance Zierlein's comp for Omar Cooper Jr. is Debo Samuel. And everyone likes to think that Jeremy Bernard has a bunch of Debo Samuel in them. They're the same fucking guy. They're the similar body types. Jeremy Bernard is a little bit bigger, 6'1", 206, I believe. Omar Cooper, 6', 196, about 10 pounds different in an inch. They play the same way, slot types, but they can move outside. Jeremy Bernard lit up the combine. I know that Omar Cooper ran a little bit quicker than him, which is negligible and not a big problem there. But the 3-cone for Jeremy Bernard was extremely impressive. Get some touches out of the backfield. So manufactured touches, you can say that. Yeah, guess what you can say about Omar Cooper? He needs manufactured touches as well. They're the same thing, but you're getting Jeremy Bernard in the 20th, 19th, 18th round. The dude is completely free. Yeah, give me all the Jeremy Bernard, all of it, all of it. My whole channel is basically Jeremy Bernard like propaganda. So if you need any
Damn.
more, go watch the last show I did yesterday with Steve Shout from Fanspeak Network. We did 2 hours on the combine. I went into a passionate rant about Jeremy Bernard. So there's some more good stuff in there if you need more
That's
about Jeremy
hilarious.
Bernard.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I talked for a while. You can take the mic.
That's where I think like the last like I don't mind mixing in like the top 8 wide receivers in the class. There's gonna be, towards the back end, there's gonna be a lot of busts. It's gonna be a lot of busts.
Yeah.
Round 19, round 20, who cares? But you do give up points by not clicking people that you think are going to be on the field. But again, those upside picks, if they hit the right landing spot, they spike up. So I don't
I'm
mind
just
mixing
with the free rounds 19, 20, I'm willing to take that kind of a bet, a 75% bet on a guy that I just absolutely love. Like I'm willing to take that bet. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And how wrong am I going to be? You telling me teams don't have a zero in
Right.
week 17, right? Like I'm good to take that bet, honestly. So, yeah. Yeah. And I just love the guy. I really just,
Pulling up the highlights.
yeah, do it. It's a very fun watch. It's a very fun watch. Who do we like here? I think it's pretty much obviously got to be Jalen McMillan with the Baker.
Go Bensi.
You like Benson? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
or Rashad?
we're good. We're good at receiver. I think we double tap RB here.
I'm right with that. This is my first Trey Benson click, which if I'm gonna do it, it's 20 picks past ADP.
White,
So
go scroll down. Who's there?
let's just go like this.
Is Aaron Jones there? Aaron Jones. It's between White, Aaron Jones, or Mike Washington I have up here.
I think Mike Washington's definitely gone. Yeah, he's gone for sure. Let's go White. I think White's just a better kind of at this point in his career version of Aaron Jones.
Is he going to be in Tampa Bay this year? Is my question. But
no, he's free agent, and everybody he's already literally on Instagram said, "Peace out, Tampa. I'm done. I'm out of here." So he's gone.
That's what I was figuring, but he is useful enough where shit, I could see him at like KC and have a really nice role in KC as a third down
Yeah.
back.
I was thinking maybe it depends on what they do in the draft and free agency, but I was thinking the Commanders might be a good spot for Rashad White.
Mhm.
Even a team like the Cardinals could make some sense depending on what they do as well. So I think he gets a decent landing spot, and he kind of just is what he was last year. Like he's going to get you some points. He's going to get you some floor points. He's going to show up in your lineup, help you out, and that's kind of what we need in this running back room right now. Like Love is our our spike week, our high floor. He's pretty much our everything right now. We need him to be in our lineup pretty much every week. And then it's a like Swift, Pollard, Benson, White. These guys just got to pitch in. We need to be filling our flex with wide receiver, and when I think we have a good shot at doing that. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Where do you have Stowers ranked now?
I've got him right around here, like I have him
Okay.
above basically Ferguson because there's a little bit more cloudiness with Ferguson. There's still Parkinson. There's still
Okay.
Davis Allen probably is back with the Rams. So with Stowers, he could get a cleaner landing spot. Better athlete, to be honest.
Yeah.
Another thing I like about Stowers is he's like the academic Heisman. Like he's a smart kid
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
former quarterback.
Right.
That's all good
He,
things for
he
tight
can't.
end.
He can't. I don't think he can put him before Kelsey.
Mm-mm.
I don't
No.
think he could. I think he's right around Barner though. Like right, Barner, Njoku, Ferguson. That's where I'd have him just for the upside landing spot. And guess what? Like if he has a shit landing spot, he's gonna have like 3 touchdowns. And a lot of tight ends in this range are gonna have 2 to 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Njoku was kind of where I struggled, and I feel like he goes ahead of Njoku too. I'm okay with that because
Yeah.
at this stage of his career, and like really, what has Njoku done? I get that he's flashed and he's a freak, but like at his age and what we've seen, and not knowing where he's even going to be playing, like I know that's the same conversation with Stowers, but I know for a fact he's an athletic freak too. So
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I'm happy to take Stowers right here if he's still there. Yeah, we could hit a quarterback down here. I think like I don't mind the Cousins thing. I think you like Brissett, but I'm pretty much out on him.
Mm-hmm.
JJ, but I don't know if that's what we want to do. I would rather take the bet on a guy like Kirk that could go to Minnesota or anywhere else and be a starter.
Yeah.
It sure is.
Tanner, we already
I
covered.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah. We've talked about this a bunch. Do you want to take Stowers here?
Yeah. Let's go Stowers.
We need some tight end action. Yeah, we kind of talked about this. It's just it's hard to believe. Like if we believe all the news that we hear on Twitter, guys, then you're not picking anyone
Is,
ever.
is Singleton still on the board?
Yep,
I like Singleton.
I'm all right with Singleton. I'm higher on him than most, to be
Oh, good.
honest.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, yeah. You want to go there?
Yeah. Let's
do
send
that.
it.
Let's do that. Do you think we need to add a 7th in this RB room?
Probably.
It's close. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a 3-7-7-3.
I
That's fine.
think that's where we got to land.
Like
Yeah,
look at our
yeah.
receivers. You don't need an 8th receiver. You don't need a 4th tight end. You don't need a 4th QB. So that allows us to go
Yeah.
7 RBs.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Still got the
Yeah.
Pollard. Tanner's note.
Let's get rid
The
of that.
Pollard
Yeah.
thing is, yeah, I don't think there's a world in which he's a massive like devalued pick after the draft. So I do think they would move him.
I think they would cut him or potentially trade him if they could. Do we think the Seahawks would draft an RB early if they let Kenny Walker go? That would be an unbelievable spot for Price or Washington. I
They need
again,
someone, bro.
they
They
do need
could
someone.
just. I mean, a poor man's. Yeah, yeah. You could get a vet in there and try to get Sharps back, but a vet is not going to be explosive. Like this offense is going to change significantly if you don't have an explosive RB in Seattle.
That's another spot for a guy like Dowdle that I think would make a lot of sense. Again, depending on price tag, they
Yeah,
have a lot of money to spend too for the Seahawks. So
that'd be a
it's
great spot for Dowdle. A great
yeah.
spot.
Considering what I think that's what they want out of their running back, you got to be able to pass protect, you got to be able to catch the ball, you got to be able to run the ball, and I think Dowdle can kind of do all of those things. But I think they definitely touch it in the draft too early. It's not a great, running back class, to be honest with you. I think a guy like Nick Singleton, honestly, could be a great fit there too, to be honest. We just drafted him and he can do all those types of things. He can catch the ball, pass block a little bit.
Mhm.
Rashad White. Yeah, that would be, I mean, Dowdle would be a better version of Rashad White in that offense. But, oh man, there goes
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins to a 4 quarterback drafter. Cool.
Hey, it's March now. It's March now.
That's true. That is
Supposed to
true.
straighten out this stuff in February, guys. Come on.
They honestly don't have any big needs, though. They could go for a splash pick. Yeah, but I mean, I don't disagree. But Jadarian Price, we're extremely concerned if he can even catch the football. He has like 12 college catches. He looked good at the combine, don't get me wrong, and he can run the ball for sure. And actually, my comp for Jadarian Price is Kenny Walker, believe it or not. So, yeah, maybe, maybe. But are they going to be able to produce at that level? I have a hard time believing that, especially Mike Washington. What do you make of this Mike Washington hype? Obviously, combine hype. He's a fine click. Where did he go in this draft? Let's take a look at that. He's been
He must
going
have
up
went
to
before 150.
he's been going all the way up to like round
Right
10,
there.
round 13. Okay.
It's a good pick. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's
But
range is okay after
yeah.
Tracy, after Kamara.
Yeah, we just missed on him because that's where I noted it right there. I think that's a good spot to get him, and you can get him there 8 or 9 10 times from what I've seen at least.
Yeah. I got him in the 14th
Yeah.
yesterday, and it's fine, I felt.
I
So
will say that there are some fumbling issues there with Washington. That's his down.
Did we want to take JJ?
Jacoby.
What if he's on the jet? What if he's on the Jets?
Dude, Jacoby's still over JJ McCarthy.
This is my first Jacoby share.
Let's go.
It doesn't feel good.
He could just be the best value QB in the whole draft, though.
That's not necessarily incorrect. Yeah, so I would
like
agree. That's okay.
Alec as the last receiver or Brazel.
I kind of hate bro. Do you want to go Helm or I like Jameer DK over all these guys by a lot.
Do you?
Okay. Oh yeah. Let's go Jameer DK. He's my guy. To get him this far, wow, that's a huge discount on Jameer DK. That's wild. 33 picks on DK? What are we doing?
We just tricked Cody out of drafting Jeremy Bernard.
Oh, my 74%'s going down. Oh man.
Oh no, a terrible guess.
Oh man.
I just steered the ship right into into a rock.
I'm happy to get DK at that 33 pick discount. He's one of my highest owned wide receivers this year. Like for me, what I've been saying about DK is like, give me Jameer DK over Iomanor, no question, just because we could replace Iomanor in the draft if they want. You can replace his skill set a lot easier than you can replace Jameer DK's skill set. So yeah. And then we've got some clicks down here. Definitely would rather not go with another rookie tight end with Strange and Stowers.
Yeah.
Um, I mean,
Mason
I'm fine
Taylor
with
with
kinda any of these guys.
yeah.
Any of these guys I'd be okay with for sure. And then if not, we'll have to scroll down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Stowers is a candidate for Tampa Bay as well.
Yeah, that's a good landing spot for a tight end.
It is
So,
with our
unless you
Banky
believe
Bank
in
stack.
Devin Culp, unless you believe in him. DK was a Pro Bowl returner, but, big play guy. He can get in the
Lot of
end zone.
yards. Lot of yards. Not a lot of
Yeah,
fancy points.
a lot of
Lot of yards.
all-purpose yards.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. How about do you need any of these rookie RBs that are up here? Like
Um,
Desmond?
I mean, Claiborne, I'm not really in on, though he looked okay, I
Okay. 4
suppose.
3 4 3 7 40.
Yeah. To be honest, I just think it's such a weak class. I don't really like any of these guys. Could you slip and fall
Yeah.
and run into a
Yeah.
Ja'Cory Krosky
That's
Merritt? Sure, but I
yeah.
mean,
No, he's a smaller guy. He's 5'10".
yeah,
What's the weight on him though?
it's not a lot. 190, 190 something.
Yeah, 195.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy to go with Jordan James. I'll say that. I don't mind the Quint Allen, Bouchard, even DJ Giddens is just forgotten because he didn't get on the field because Jonathan Taylor exists. But if Jonathan Taylor goes down, DJ
Oof,
Giddens
man.
is
Giddens looked like shit with his touches though.
he
Really.
kind of. I mean, he only got like 35. Yeah, 26.
That's why.
Yeah, yeah, fair. Like you gotta. Greg Holani could be a sneaky. He's staying in Seattle. They like him, but I don't know if I want to go down that road.
Yeah, I like Desmond this late because at least he does have a little bit of receiving upside. He caught about 25 balls the last 2 years.
Are you not a fan of either of these guys, even LeQuint with Trevor Lawrence?
I could be talked into that. I think we have to go tight end here anyway, so Desmond's probably not going to be there.
You want to go Colby?
Yeah.
I think he's the safest click here. 8 touchdowns. I can get into 8 touchdowns for a tight end. Yeah, I mean he's a rookie, I have a couple clicks, probably like 4, not even, maybe 3.
Just
DJ
mixing 'em in.
Giddens. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with either Jordan James or LeQuint. Jordan James getting some positive buzz as far as, and then if we think that CMC gets, potentially banged up, I don't mind LeQuint
Rob's
either.
there.
Who?
Brian
C-Rob?
Robinson Jr. No, B Rob.
No,
Jr.
he's way
San Fran.
gone.
No,
Oh
I'm
no,
saying
he's
San Fran,
a free
though.
agent. He's a free agent. He's a free agent.
You think he's?
B-Rob's a free agent.
Let's go LeQuint. You don't have max set. Oh, good. Wonder if you had your position limit set to 6.
No.
And then boom, Jeremy Bernard out of nowhere. The reverse Uno card.
Is that Jeremy Bernard's music?
No,
yeah, I think LeQuint's fine. I honestly think that they could roll into the season maybe with another late round rookie or some sort of dusty old vet that they bring in. But I think LeQuint and Bayshall could take care of that backfield. If anything, it might be like, again, like I said earlier in the show, like a straight up goal line, big body guy to just smash his face into the offensive line and get into the end zone from the 1 yard line. Yeah, LeQuint did have a higher snap rate than Tootin, which is good.
I would think San Fran would re-sign B-Rob, but we'll see. He is cheap enough. And there's, I mean, how much do you want to move around if you're B-Rob? How much are you going to fight for? So we'll see what happens there.
He got some good coach speak, Jordan James, recently. So
yeah, but they didn't even get him on the field. Like that's
that is the concern.
I'm probably not gonna. I think that's one you could just wait on. If B-Rob does sail, then maybe you can start to mix him in there. I mean, maybe he goes up to the 18th, but that's not. Yeah, there's definitely upside there, though. Drafting whoever you think's gonna be the number 2 in San Fran.
Yeah, it's just about guessing who it is, right? Like we were doing that with
Mhm,
Garendo and Jordan Mason a couple years ago. Turned out it was Jordan Mason. We're always trying to do that with whatever teams and guys that we think could get hurt. We're trying to figure out who the backup is and just good
mhm.
luck figuring that out. With Washington, last year ended up being Krosky Merritt, but we didn't know that in big board
What
season. So
what are your thoughts on C-Rod there?
um I mean, I thought coming in that if they wanted to, they're going to touch on running back, but if they weren't like this whole Jeremiah Love situation would completely throw him out the window. But I thought they
Mhm,
could get by. That's why I thought Rashad White can make a lot of sense. And then this is just your thumper, Chris Rodriguez, and then your third
mhm.
down pass catcher, pass blocker is Rashad White. I think you could get by on that if you're the Commanders. And then you bring in whatever rookie that you like in the draft
Yeah.
sort of thing. But it feels like they're going to probably bring in some help. So I think like you can click them, but what are you really getting?
Yeah,
Like
I thought
what's your
he was serviceable there last year. He was definitely
yeah.
serviceable, but we'll see. I probably would just go, like, if Desmond's there, like, and he's usually not, I would just go Claiborne there
I just am not a
over
fan.
over C-Rod.
Yeah, fair enough. I'd rather take that gamble. I'd rather take that gamble of Claiborne over Rodriguez for sure. For sure. But I just have a hard time with all these rookies. McGowan had a good combine, but gun charge, he's 24 and a half years old, out of college football for 2 years.
Yeah,
Like, Hemby, not a really fan.
yeah,
Le'Veon Moss, multiple injuries. Jaden Ott got 18 carries all of last year, even though he wasn't
yeah,
hurt. Like
yeah,
it's just pretty dusty down here. Where in years past we could tell ourselves a story about some of these rookies, and then some of them we were right on. Harvey, obviously Henderson was a ton higher, but Harvey was probably that guy
mhm.
down here that we could get. But this year it's pretty tough to click any of these running backs, these rookie running backs with any kind of conviction. But
No, I agree.
yeah,
I agree. So who's your favorite free agency running back that you're taking the bid on? Is it Rico?
I think it's Rico. Yeah, I like just what he can do and what he has done. The past 2 seasons. What's the difference between Rico Dowdle and Tony Pollard? What's the difference?
Let's see. I mean, Rico could definitely have a better spot than Tony Pollard. Yeah,
Exactly. So
it's that's
realistically,
why
it's
that's why they're so close, though.
they're fairly
It's
close,
always
but Dowdle's a cheaper
around.
version by a
Yeah,
round. Yeah. So
the risk that he ends up is like a 1B, 2B.
that's almost everybody in the league, right? So where he goes, give me Dowdle. I think a team like we talked about the Seahawks. I think they could like him. I think the Chiefs could like him a lot. I don't know where else. I thought the Texans, but obviously not anymore.
He's priced appropriately, I will say. He's priced appropriately. It's because it
Yeah.
doesn't come without risk, but he's not too expensive. That's not worth it.
And where Algier has been rising,
I
like they
know.
were they
I
were
know.
neck and neck, and Algier's kind of taken over as being the preferred tick.
It's
But
feeling
to
like
be
it's feeling like Algiers' rookie year.
yeah,
We haven't
yeah,
seen him rise top 100 since Bijan was
right.
drafted. Yeah.
Right. So, and to be fair to Rico, like the upside is on Rico's side with the pass catching and third down, pass blocking,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff, the complete role that Dowdle can kind of take over. Whereas Algier is going to need a running mate regardless. Like he's going to need it. Like with Dowdle, yeah, you're not going to say he's our bell cow. We're just giving him the ball every single snap. He's playing all 3 downs. But with Algier, you're absolutely not saying that.
Does
So
Penix finish the year? Does he
I'm
finish
not
the season
drafting.
this year?
I'm not drafting Penix whatsoever. Not you
But
can't
you
pay me
but
to
you
draft Penix.
but you like Drake London.
He's an alpha. He's a dog. Like, he's a guy. You put me back there, and I can get Drake London 15 touchdowns.
Justin Jefferson's a dog too. We saw what
Yeah,
happened to Jefferson.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
I
going
mean,
behind Michael Wilson in battle royales.
yeah, in fairness to me,
Rightfully so.
I was way off of Justin Jefferson last year, and I got a lot of heat for that. Justin Jefferson and JJ McCarthy. I took a
Yeah.
lot of heat for that one, but look who's laughing now, boys. Gav's in the house.
Uh,
What's up, man?
yep.
Yeah. What do you think about your guy? Last one I want to kind of, unless there's anything else you want to get into. Kyle Williams, my guy from last year. To be honest, he's a
Yeah.
fine click. Like, it didn't really kill me
Yeah.
at all being so heavy
Yeah.
on Kyle Williams. What do you
Yeah.
think about him heading into this year with second year in that system?
Yeah.
Drake May.
If the Pats bring in an alpha that's gonna be on the field 80% plus, you're gonna see a little Green Bay like rotation of wide receivers for the number 3, 4, 5. And I hate all of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought I did see something. Someone asked about Booty. Pat, talk me into Booty, man. Why is he falling? Isn't he their true X wide receiver? That's the problem, though. There's buzz around getting someone like AJ Brown, and if that doesn't happen, I'll gladly draft Booty where he's going. I think he's cheap enough, but right now, too many question marks, and there's just I hate the rotation. I hate the rotation. That's why I was off of Demario Douglas last year. There's just not enough snaps for a slot receiver in that offense to hit the spike weeks. Besides the one, he had one.
Yeah. Need some clarity there. At least
Land.
let's say, yeah. let's say the first few days of free agency, we got this whole week between right now where trades are open starting today. We saw that with Montgomery, and then a week until free agency starts. So, like, let's say a few days into free agency, if there's no trade for AJ Brown and they don't make a splash for
Mike
honestly,
Evans.
Mike Evans would be it. Maybe Shaheed. Like, Shaheed would kill Kyle Williams. I doubt that would happen. It wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Dobbs could make some sense. That would kill a guy like Booty, maybe.
Yeah.
If they don't do anything like that without AJ Brown, then I think we can maybe reassess some of these Patriots wide receivers.
If Pats go Dobbs, then I think Diggs rises. I think he rises like 18, 20 picks. If that's their big splash. If that's their big splash, Diggs goes back into mid-70s.
The big thing with this whole, and another thing going back to the Jeremy Bernard or any of the later round wide receivers that you like, rookie guys, is the top of the draft, the top 3 that we know we like, none of them, not one of them is a can't miss prospect. None of them. Like, Tate's never been a number 1 guy on his own team in college. Tyson has the injury concerns. Lemon,
might be a lemon.
Yeah, you never know. But there's no Neighbors, there's no Chase, there's no Drake London, there's no, there's none of these guys that we feel like it's a can't miss prospect. Yeah. So my whole thing about the rookies like a Jeremy Bernard is it's going to come down to landing spot. I don't give a shit if it's a second, third, fourth round wide receiver. I think it could be like a Amon-Ra St. Brown type of year where the guy that goes in the first round, we're loving and drafting the guy that goes in the third round higher, and we're drafting him more, just depending on landing spot and opportunity. Yeah. So that's another big reason why I'm so into Jeremy Bernard, because universally we are more than willing to say he's a second round pick. He's getting some first round buzz. I don't think he's going to be, but he's getting first round kind of buzz. So second round pick, right? And if he goes to the right spot, it's an absolute smash. So that's kind of been my biggest thesis. Like, coming out of the combine, it's like, man, there's a lot of good wide receivers in this class, but there's none. At the top, it's not great. Like, there's zero, cannot miss. This is a guy, wide receiver. To be honest, there's no top 10 wide receivers. It's just a weak class. So we're anointing them top 10 draft picks because of what?
Yeah. Pending injury stats, I like Tyson a lot.
I do too. I think he's the one with the highest ceiling, no question.
Yeah,
no question.
Yeah, so we'll see, but his price isn't changing after not partaking in the combine, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, if anything, it's falling, which I'm happy to see. But you got anything else you want to go over? Or are we gonna get out of here for the night. It's
No,
a
no,
late night for
that's it,
you.
man. That's it.
Late
No, we're
late
chill.
night for you. He's back. The man is
He's
back.
back.
The man is back.
That feels
Um,
good.
yeah, appreciate you coming on and the dual stream. That's awesome. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Hit that. We haven't asked for it once. Hit that like button for both of us. Whatever channel you're in, go to the other side. We made our teach an old dog new tricks. We learned as we came into this show that we can just tag each other in the title. So you can just click on Fantasy Dog Pound. You can just click on Off the Schneid there, go over and like our channel, subscribe to both. Other than that, man, we're going to keep going. Pat, you got anything for the people? You back streaming? What are you doing? What you got planned?
Yeah, no, we're back. We're back. Another update to I'm going to do top 150 tomorrow for rankings. Those will be released on the Patreon. So keep your eyes open, keep them peeled, and best of luck, guys.
Yeah, like I always say on Off the Schneid, if you're afraid to be wrong, you'll never be right. Hopefully tonight, me and Pat are right. We win the big board. Take it away.
Pounders. Pounders.